Happy Monday, students. I want to go ahead and cover our Monday memo for the week. And in this video, I'm going to cover one last sample paper for you all to have a better idea what you're working towards. All right, so this is the week you're going to get your rough draft loaded up. You want to have that rough draft at discussion board no later than Wednesday so that your classmates have a chance to do their peer review and have the entire peer review process done by Thursday at midnight. Each student has to review 2 different student essays. So, and I have a worksheet for that, and it does take a little bit of time. So that, of course, is your virtual attendance assignment for the week, and it's due Thursday, March 7th by midnight. So as I said, get your peer review or your rough draft loaded up at discussion board by Wednesday. So you can find that discussion board 2 places. You can come here to your Module 1 tab on the side, and it's about halfway down, 2/3 of the way down. You have a worksheet to complete for each of the different students. Get your rough draft, create a thread, load up your rough draft, then find 2 students. Try to make sure everybody has been had their paper looked at. Get that worksheet completed and attach it as a reply to the thread of your classmate. So you can just click straight on discussion board to do that as well. So if we come over here, it's all the way down here at the bottom of the page underneath the outline that you did last week. All right, so that's your virtual assignment. This is your big work for the week. It's the only work you have this week. You want to get this done, and you want to look at your classmates' comments on your paper. The more eyes you get on your paper, the better it is for you. You also still have time to get to the Writer's Center this week. Let me go back to our announcement page. You get 5 extra points if you go to the Writer's Center, and I will get notification if you've gone. I highly recommend you make your appointment for the Writer's Center, but I would do it now because those appointments will fill up quickly. Lots of essays are due this week all across the board, so you want to get that appointment done. All right, so let me go ahead and let's take a quick look at a sample student paper on A Rose for Emily, and I'll just kind of cover each of the pieces of the paper just so everybody understands what your final paper should look like. All right, so if we go ahead and let me open this sample paper. All right, so as you can see, it's double spaced, so it's in MLA format, 1-inch margins, Times New Roman, 12-point font, even for your header. The header is up in the upper right-hand corner with the student last name and the page number. Double spaced all the way through, no extra spaces, with the title of the paper centered. So this student wrote on A Rose for Emily and opens up with a hook with the quote, "Poor Emily is a statement continuously being thrown around by the townspeople of Jefferson." So this student and the student uses this theme of poor Emily throughout the paper. So then we get a little bit of background on the story. We've got the author named, we've got the story in quotations named, we've got a little tiny synopsis of the story as sort of befits the focus of the analysis. And then the final sentence of the introduction is the thesis statement. So then the student moves straight away into the first literary device discussion. The student is discussing symbolism uses at least one quote, which the student does, and that's required, discusses the idea of symbolism as connecting to this theme of the main character, Emily Grierson's isolation and unwillingness to change. So then the student transitions with this final sentence of that paragraph into the second literary device, setting. The student then explores the idea of setting using at least one quote, which the student does. And you notice that the student has the quote, then with the author name Faulkner with the page number from the handouts we used in class, the attachments that we have at the reading response unit. You notice there's no P, no comma, no nothing. It's just the author's last name and the page number. That's proper MLA format. Then, again, transitions to the third literary device with a quote explained, and then shifts into the discussion of the first of the two literary criticism articles. So the student transitions with the sentence here, while symbolism, setting, and point of view all contribute to a deeper understanding of A Rose for Emily, there are other lenses through which to view the story. So then the student moves in to the first article. Social class and chronology of the story are critics' ideas and interpretations of A Rose for Emily. Jennifer Smith's article, Social Class and A Rose for Emily, is about social class surrounding the city of Jefferson. All right, so then the student explains how, if you continue here, how this article is similar to the student's interpretation and how it's different. Then the student shifts into the second article in Faulkner's A Rose for Emily. Laura Getty's analysis runs under the assumption that the order in which the story is told is important. So again, the student says, how is this like the student analysis and how is it different? And then shifts into the conclusion. All right, so you can read through that sample literary analysis. I have an MLA handout here. I have the peer review worksheet here, as well as a discussion board. I have some basic MLA formatting for the document here. I have some reminders. You want to read through this. That remember, each of your body paragraphs needs a quote, both from the story and from the critics' articles. And I remind you about using hanging indent for your works cited page. And I give you a sample citation with one author and a sample citation with two authors. Then I screenshot again how this first page should look. And I screenshot how your works cited page should look. All right. Any questions, send me an email, come by my office, make an appointment, whatever you need to do.